piece of
That's
it?
a perfect question. I just got back from California. I was there this week for the Sports Business Journal conference. And so I speak at a lot of conferences. I wasn't speaking at this one, which is great because I could just sit back and absorb and network. And this one, I would tell you, this is how I described it to some of my clients and my husband. I'm like, it's a good thing that I have been alcohol free as long as I have, not nearly as long as you, which is congratulations, by the way. You're coming up on 20 years, which is just amazing, especially as we both know, like the stigma that existed 2 decades ago versus now. But I donned myself with a black belt because after this, there was just alcohol. I mean, it was alcohol saturated. And if this were 3 years ago, Tony, I don't know how I would have fared. We don't know, but I will say this is what I do. So I go immediately. I just kind of survey the room because I don't care if people are drinking or not. I don't even really notice it. It's so irrelevant in my life. I don't care. So I want to note that, and it's taken me a lot of work up here to get there. But I'll go to the bar. And they always have the alcohol options up there, but I'll ask, do you have anything that's not soda, that's alcohol, not soda or water that's alcohol free? And now I'm seeing a lot more of that. So if I'm on the steering committee for some of these conferences, which this one I'm not, but I'll ask that the sponsors, because in sports, very alcohol saturated, if Anheuser-Busch is a sponsor, can we have some Bud Zero there? And they're like, oh, absolutely, Tony. We never even considered that. I'm like, great. So this conference had Heineken Zero. This is such a great question because the bartender says, oh, yeah. And he pulls it out like it's a secret. And then he puts a napkin around it for me so I can take it and be part of the crowd. And I said, "Oh, I don't need you to put the napkin on. I don't care if people don't know that I'm not drinking alcohol. In fact, I'm proud of it. I view being alcohol free as a privilege, not a punishment." And I took the napkin off and I walked away.